could do it." "More orange juice, Joe?" Karen asked. She hovered over Graham with a pitcher in her hand. Before that, she'd hovered over him with a plate of scrambled eggs, fried potatoes, and rye toast. Prior to that, she had just generally hovered, dispensing coffee, juice, and muffins while she made breakfast. Neal shot her a dirty look. In the 9 months they had lived together, Karen had made breakfast for him exactly once. Pop-Tarts. Burned. Neal did most of the cooking in the house. Until Graham arrives, Neal thought, and she turns into Aunt Bee. Karen returned the dirty look. Not an Aunt Bee dirty look, but a Karen Hawley don't tread on me, I'll cook breakfast any damn time I feel like it look. Besides, Karen loved Joe Graham. That little leprechaun face was just so damn cute, and the artificial arm made him so vulnerable. She liked the way he respected himself and the people around him. And she knew the story of how Graham had raised Neal from an abandoned child into a pretty decent human being. Karen treated Graham like a beloved father-in-law, even though he wasn't Neal's real father and Neal wasn't her husband. In 1980s America, Karen thought, families don't always come in square boxes. "So what is this? Your Serpico look?" Graham asked. He'd never seen Neal with long hair before, never mind the beard, and the worn denim shirt hanging over faded blue jeans. The kid needed a decade check. "Sort of a disguise," Neal mumbled. He was embarrassed. At first, the beard and hair were just that, a gesture toward disguising his identity. But then he came to like the look. Not even the look so much, he thought, but the feel. More laid back, loosely wrapped. A nice change after he'd spent the first 27 years on his toes and wrapped tighter than the insides of a baseball. "I like it," Karen said. She ran her fingers through his hair where it met his collar. "But maybe I should give it a trim tonight. It's looking a little shaggy." This is nice, Graham thought. This is nice for the kid. He finally has somebody. Every other time I've come to get him, I've found him buried in a stack of books, index cards, and bad memories. Kid used to eat self-pity like it was ice cream. This time he's with a stand-up woman who loves him so much she doesn't take any of his crap, and he can't feel too sorry for himself. He opens his eyes in the morning and she's there. "So do you want work?" Graham asked. "Dad, I've been thinking." "When did that start?" Graham asked. He felt it was his duty to insult Neal. "It's a recent development," Neal admitted. "But I've been thinking about retiring." He'd been thinking about it real hard since the moment he squeezed the trigger and dropped a man dead in the snow. Then he disappeared into Karen Hawley's bedroom and didn't come out for weeks, hiding from the feds, the highway patrol, and the local cops. Then the funniest thing happened. Nothing. When he finally poked his head out, long hair, beard, and all, nobody cared. No cops came, no questions were asked. Nobody in the little town of Austin, Nevada said anything. And Neal got a life. "Yeah, what, 28? Graham asked. "Working for friends counts like dog years," Neal answered, "so I'm really 196. Friends was shorthand for Friends of the Family, banker Ethan Kitteridge's private organization that helped his wealthier clients out of jams, which usually meant putting Neal and Graham smack in the middle of one. Neal had just gotten out of the last jam and wasn't eager to get into another. "Besides, I'm happy, Graham," Neal thought. "I get up in the morning, fix Karen her lunch, then go to my desk and work on my Smollett thesis until about noon. Then I either make lunch or walk down to Brogan's for a sandwich and a beer, then back to work until late afternoon when I whip up dinner. Then Karen comes home and we eat, after which she usually grades homework. Then we might watch a little television before we go to bed. I like my life." "I'm thinking about transferring my credits from Columbia," Neal said, "and finishing my degree at Nevada." Finishing my degree. It had an unreal sound to it. He'd been trying to finish his master's degree for about 6 years. But work for friends had taken him on some major detours from his goal of one day teaching English.